The story was profoundly relatable for me. It feels, in some parts, autobiographical. And I think that's the beauty of the book, in a sense, because it resonates for a lot of people in that familiar terrain of figuring out who you are and that defining moment where you become an adult.
I think what attracted me to Breath was the fact that it's really rare that you have the opportunity to make a picture like this. Because Winton is so precious to Australia, and because people like Mark Johnson and Simon Baker attached, we were able to raise enough funds to make a movie of this scale that tells quite a small Australian story. And most films these days are all about spectacle and all about scale, whereas this movie, it's about us. This movie is about Australians, and the opportunity to tell this story on this size canvas was just once in a lifetime.
Young men all over the world have this mistaken idea that physical courage is the only form of courage that matters. And I think Pikelet's story is learning that courage is more than simple physical bravery. It's owning up to who you are and what you've done and taking responsibility for your life.
You know what I really love about the story is, as much as it is Pikelet's journey into finding himself and understanding his place in the world, I think all the characters are doing that in their own way. And it's sort of a portrait of a group of humans who are very lost and at the same time sort of trying to search for connection in each other and trying to understand who they are.
The book is so squarely focused on those themes that the world becomes sort of an exotic, interesting place that draws you in. It doesn't matter if you've been to Australia. It doesn't matter if you haven't been on a surfboard. There's something that you can plug into with this story about having been young and, you know, looking at who you were then and looking at who you are now and finding those moments that helped you realize who you were.
I think what makes Simon so strong as a director is just a fantastic communicator. He's very real, he's very direct, and he speaks to people in their language. He has a really great universal understanding of filmmaking because he's grown up on set and he knows character really well as being a really extraordinary surfer. So I think all of those qualities, it would be really difficult to imagine anybody else directing this picture. It's been really exciting to watch him work. Simon wanted to cast surfers, not young actors, if possible. So I guess we started looking for young surfers in the right age group that had an aptitude for learning or to take on roles.
Because Simon's a very subtle actor, and you need somebody who can finesse and work very delicately with those boys in those roles, especially given that they've never done anything before.
It's just amazing to see someone handle the pressure of making a film like he has. And it was awesome to see someone who just sort of was so in love with the story that he was telling, which I thought was really cool.